With vaccines expected to arrive by next month, and that is in a few days, much of the discussion also now revolves on storage and distribution. To discuss how the private sector might aid on this front, we have on the show the former president of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and the Private Sector Representative to LEDAC, George Barcelon. Good morning, Sir George. All right, sir, I think you are muted.
I'm mute. I'm sorry. Good morning.
That's good, sir. Okay, so let's kick things off first. As I was mentioning, much of the talks now would be revolving around distribution and shipment of vaccines. And the government is already in the works. In fact, they're saying that to actually tap the private firms here for cold chain. How are private stakeholders preparing for this, and are their facilities really ready?
Well, the private sector, through the initiative of Presidential Advisor Mr. Joey Concepcion, has started about 3 months ago, getting in touch with one of the vaccine manufacturer, AstraZeneca, and he has enjoined the private sector to put in orders in advance. The reason why government at that time could not put the order is that those vaccines have not been FDA approved. So it's only the private sector who put forth the advance payment to order those. As of now, I think it's about 17 million dosage. Aside from that, there's another initiative that was done through the effort of Mr. Ricky Razon of ICTSI to bring in Moderna, which is another vaccine that has very high efficacy. So we would be expecting some of this vaccine to be here at least, I think, second quarter of this year. Talking about the government support to get the citizen vaccinated, there's a budget of about, I think, 72 billion pesos, which is earmarked to have 50 million Filipinos vaccinated. Of course, this is within the age of, I believe it's 18 to 65. Of course, there are priorities to be followed, to be set by the Department of Health.
So, okay, Sir George, I want to drive into one point that you made earlier. Of course, the private sector is front and center, especially when it comes to the purchase of AstraZeneca. Do you have a timeline for this? Yesterday, of course, the EUA for the vaccine was approved, and vaccine czar Carlito Galvez did say that they are expecting AstraZeneca shots to come in by February. Would this be the shots that will be coming from at least purchased by the private sector? Do you have a timeline for this?
Yes, well, the timeline, as I said earlier, the timeline is sometime in second quarter of this year. There are some, there are some. Those that will be coming will be in volume, and I think the government now that has to prepare, because once this comes in, government is targeting 200,000 inoculation a day. So that's quite a challenge, the logistic for that. So government has been working, I believe, with some government schools to be used as inoculation centers. And by the way, just to clarify, all this vaccine that will come in will still be under supervision by the Department of Health. It is not going directly to the hands of the private sector. And the protocols that will be set, who are the people accredited to do the inoculation, will have to follow the guidelines of the Department of Health.
But shifting the discussion over to cold storage here, to cold chain in particular, do we actually have enough facilities to actually hold these vaccines, considering that they have quite some hefty requirements here when it comes to temperature?
Yes. The two vaccines that I mentioned earlier that will be coming in volume. The first is AstraZeneca, which doesn't require very low temperature refrigeration, which is regular refrigerator to do. Now the second brand is Moderna. Moderna would require a lower temperature, minus 20 degrees centigrade. And from what I've gathered from the ICTSI, that Zuellig is the one who will take care of the logistics as far as bringing in this Moderna. So they are preparing the necessary refrigeration for this lower temperature of minus 20.